All right, so yeah, we're in.
How do you not know? How does someone not know who Weezer is?
Ah,
Getting asked the question, "What's a Weezer?" Not who is Weezer.
now question: how old is this person that asked? That's the thing.
Like I think a year younger than us.
Oh, then that's goofy, dude. How do you not know who the hell Weezer is?
That's what I'm saying. How do you not know who Weezer is?
If you was gonna tell me it was like a 18-year-old or a
Weezer.
teenager or something like that, maybe. But
Maybe you could
It's
see
our
them being like
generation.
yeah,
What's a Weezer? All I sit back on that message I received was just some eyes looking over emojis. I was
like, bro, really? You did not
how do I sit here and not roast you
that's crazy.
on not knowing the band Weezer? If you don't know,
If you don't know, you need to look him up. That's what the hell you're gonna say.
after this podcast is over, do yourself a favor and go listen to some Weezer.
Seriously.
Go start off with Beverly Hills,
Hell yeah, Jerome. Weezer's the shit, man. Sorry for the.
and then after that, so watch your mouth.
Yeah, watch your mouth.
Exactly.
And then after that,
Exactly, Bella. Everybody knows Weezer. That's the fact.
Yeah.
then after that, sit there and listen to some Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
So like you can understand what happens whenever you get Weezered.
Then
Ah.
after that, you need to listen to Beverly Hills.
I already said Beverly Hills.
Oh, did you? My bad.
I mean, go back and listen to it again.
Exactly. Then
It's an anthem for a reason of our childhood.
Then if you want to, really tickle your musical toes, listen to Africa by Weezer. Then listen to No Scrub by Weezer. Then
Just
listen.
go listen to Weezer. Gain some knowledge on who Weezer is.
Get Weezered, man.
Hey, give y'all selves a second to riff off each other. I gotta take a phone call. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good.
You're good. You're good. Do you think, brother?
So, since we're on the topic of Weezer, Caleb, what would you say is your Weezer song? Like, what's your favorite?
Oh, Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills.
That's a classic.
For sure.
It's hard not.
Me and Bowman, me and my buddy listen to it like all the freaking time, dude. Like we'd get in the car and he'd just pop it on. I remember the first time hearing it and I was just like, oh snap. I was like, I've heard of this band before, but I haven't heard this by them. We started bumping it ever since. That was like back in 2011.
That song just made you feel cool, man. Like,
yeah. You just bop. You just bump to the music. It's fun.
it was just like the quintessential high school song for me. Like before I went to high school, that's what it felt like to be in high school. I don't know why. Like, what the thought of being in high school or being in college, just being a part of a party or something like that. That's just what that song made me feel like. Like,
Just youthful.
yeah, exactly.
What I miss? I'm back.
Nothing really.
I was just saying that, like, to me, I'll ask Caleb what was his, number one Weezer song, and he said Beverly Hills, and I was like, it kind of has to be, at least for me too, just because that was like the quintessential feel good song of our childhood. Like, it just to me, like, it felt like being cool, like being in high school, being in college, being at a party, or something like that. That's what Beverly Hills made me feel like. Like,
Listen,
it made you want to live in Beverly Hills.
I'm going to embarrass myself right now, okay? In front of everybody. I was a little kid jumping on my parents' bed, listening to Beverly Hills on as high, loud blast as I possibly could, jumping up and down on their bed, listening to it off their big old boxed computer that they had.
Jerome, we ain't been on long.
You mean the Dell computer, right?
Jerome, we were just ripping on the Weezer topic, and I just pressed start. So you ain't missed nothing, brother.
No, y'all ain't missed nothing yet. Right now is just our talking time.
Yeah.
So you good? Hey, speaking of talking at randomness, let me spit at you this hot take. All right.
Okay.
I don't think that Universal's Horror Unleashed is going to survive and expand out like we think. I think that will shut down in the near future because if you go and look on their website, they've been dropping prices on that thing like crazy.
Have they really?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of hard to sell the. I guess it's just in my opinion, it's kind of hard to sell the HHN type of Horror Unleashed type thing that they have without it being at Universal. Just because HHN isn't just about the houses and I know it's not HHN, but it's like the fandom of it is built off HHN, you know?
Right.
So it's like it's kind of hard to be fully sold on it or fully committed to going to it, once, multiple times. However, if it's not a part of something like HHN, because HHN is more than just houses. It's a whole experience. It's like a whole thing, the food, the scare zones, and all that.
Well, don't get wrong. It's a whole experience there at the Area 51 or whatever it's at.
Right.
Because they do the foods. They have drink menu, a cool surrounding setting. But I think it's hard to pull off a year-round haunt event like that.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just going to fizzle out eventually. I think that it might stick around for maybe 5 years. I don't see it.
If they did it like the Scream Chamber, like how they do it for certain holidays, and they kind of like touch up on the themes for the holidays and do some special event here and there, that'd make more sense to me. But for it to be a complete year-round thing, that's just wild.
Yeah, I mean, if you did like your, obviously Halloween time,
right,
and then you did right after that Christmas, and then went into maybe doing like what you were saying with the Scream Chamber and do your Valentine's haunt.
Right.
Maybe a St. Patrick's Day one. I don't know because not a lot of haunts do that.
Right.
That would probably be a better way to go about doing something like that, is just do it on like certain holidays. Don't do it on every single holiday, obviously. But that, or maybe just have it opened up on holidays, like have even at the 4th of July.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying with like kind of how what Scream Chamber does is like, they got the Valentine's Day thing, then they'd have like the halfway to Halloween thing, or stuff like that. Now,
I don't know.
Now
that, like, I know the one in Chicago is having issues getting ground started on it because they're having to wait on the casino to get built. And if that casino doesn't get built out there, then it's not going to get built.
You're right, Jerome. A lot of haunted places could be open on every holiday. That's for dang sure.
Yep.
A lot of them could, but if you open up, let's just say all of them, right?
Right.
You're not going to have the crowds.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Because that, especially like that's the draw for, a lot of the places that do it on every holiday, just because there's not a lot of haunts going on at the time, so people will go from even further just to be a part of it or experience it. Now, since we're on the topic of Universal, we're gonna talk about the reveal of the icons and the first house for Halloween Horror Nights 35. Ridge, I know you got the details on this, so let us know about it, brother.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I ain't got that many details in front of me or anything.
No, just
by no means.
You know more than I do.
But we have the returnings of Jack the Clown,
yes, sir,
and Dr. Oddfellow for this year to do a house together called Chaos and Control, I think is what it's called.
I believe so.
What I don't see is why don't they just flip it around to have it just say Controlled Chaos?
True.
I think that would work a little bit better. But, I'm not the masterminds behind HHN. they do a heck of a job. So I'm going to leave that to them to do because, I do good enough to spitball ideas to the Scream Chamber every now and then to hopefully see certain things happen there.
Right.
But yeah, it's exciting to see, we're at the 35th year anniversary of HHN. The fact that we've made it to year 35 of it.
What's wild, man, that like when I'm looking at this art and everything, what really like trips me out is the last time that we went to HHN was 30.
Yep.
And it was when Oddfellow was first introduced.
Was it?
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, he was first introduced that year, and of course, that was the last time Jack was there too. So.
Yeah.
So it's just
man,
it's wild.
We got to get out there just for like a night of it
or something.
Just drive all the way down there. Sleep in the car once we get down there. Go in, experience it. Sleep in the car again, and then leave out the next day.
That's a big oof.
A big oof. It ain't that big a oof. You get a hotel for the night. That'd be cheap.
Hear me out. We rent a U-Haul, right? One of the big old box ones. And we can air up some air mattresses, stick in the back for us to be able to sleep in.
Brother. But I just saw a police body cam footage of somebody doing that, and they got in trouble big time.
There is a college fishing team. I think it's Auburn's that they bought an old one, an old U-Haul truck like that.
Yeah.
And converted it into their own mini camper. And they had a futon in there for them to sleep on. They had all their supplies hanging up in there too. Had plenty of air conditioning unit on it too. Thing was crazy looking.
If it was like that'd be nice, but just a plain.
I mean, that'd be a smart move if you wanted a way to go about it.
True.
Using a camper.
Yeah. But I know the one thing I heard about this house is it touches up on Jack's origin story. I guess where he comes from and everything, or his youth at least.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about what.
That's just the one thing I saw about it, that it touches up on Jack's youth and his origin. So, at least we get a little bit more on that.
How are we going to touch up on this clown that ain't ever looked young to look young?
I guess we'll have to figure out.
He ain't ever looked young. He's always looked the same angry old dude.
So do you think that since they're kind of putting them together in this one house, do you think that Oddfellow has something to do with Jack, or Jack has something to do with Oddfellow?
I think yes.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, ain't Oddfellow kind of the leader of a circus or something like that?
If I'm not mistaken, Oddfellow, yeah, he's over a circus or some crap. Maybe Jack is the one that gave him his power or whatever.
I mean, that could make sense. It'd be interesting to see.
That, or maybe Oddfellow is the one that's been carrying around the lantern for fear.
True. That could be very, very true.
And somehow Jack's managed to escape again.
Yeah. Either way.
And then after this, we got to wait another 5 years for 40.
Yeah, that's if we make it that long.
Good Lord willing, we will. Yeah. And Fear will come back.
That'd be cool.
Because they only do Fear every 20 years.
That'd be nice.
So, yeah.
I mean,
it'd be wild.
It's a good start to HHN 35, that's for sure, and it makes us more excited for it. That's for dang sure.
And there's also talks of a Sinner's house.
Hey brother, if I get a Sinner's house, I'm running down there. You ain't got to worry about no U-Haul. You're just gonna see my big self trucking it down there.
First off, Slater, stop lying. You don't run. All right.
Hey man, you'll see me run then. I'll tell you that.
No, I don't want to see you run because you're going to end up tripping and breaking them ankles again. We don't need that going down again.
Hey man,
we don't need you folding on us like a lawn chair again.
If y'all seen The Long Walk, there's a kid that breaks his ankle in the middle of the movie, and that brother walks for like hours on top of that broken ankle. Yeah, I'll be that cat. Just
everybody would think it's just a part of the show too. They wouldn't question you.
No, they wouldn't. I'd get in there and just collapse. Be like, I made it. You have to get me. To get me a scooter. Heck, I might have to get a scooter anyways. Who knows?
See, now that's one of the reasons why, though, like going back to the idea of them possibly doing a Santa's house. That's why I wish that the Netflix and HBO Max deal would have went through, or Warner Brothers deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we would have had a lot better chance to have even more IP from Warner Brothers.
Yeah, for like seriously.
As houses.
Like a possibility of like a It house or like or Welcome to Derry house.
Yeah,
that'd be killer.
Now don't get me wrong, with how it sounds right now with Paramount, it could be very well that they end up in so much debt once they collect Warner Brothers that they themselves have to sell.
Right.
And then who knows, maybe Netflix will come in and swoop in and buy Paramount and Warner Brothers.
Hey man, that'd be cool. So we can get a Scream house again, finally.
Get a Scream house, get an It house, get
just a house.
Get a house, get a lake house, get a cabin in the woods house.
Dude, low-key, a cabin in the woods house would be nuts.
There was something else I was going to say too, and I done forgot. About Netflix. I think that Netflix should just go ahead and try to, like, since this deal didn't go through.
Yeah.
I think that Netflix's next move, especially if they want to get into a movie business, they should just try to buy Warner Brothers, or not Warner Brothers, Universal.
I mean, that'd be smart. But what would that mean? What would that mean for all the Warner Brothers properties, though?
What do you mean?
Like, if Netflix bought Warner Brothers, right? Well, Universal.
Right.
But then say Paramount gets Warner Brothers. How would that?
Okay.
Like, what would the IPs for those houses, like, would they be able to stay because of Netflix, or?
So, anything that comes from Universal would stay around, because the way I remember it, hearing it, whenever Netflix was originally going to buy Warner Brothers, is that they was going to allow that studio to stay as its thing.
Right.
Right. They just wanted a better way into the movie side, the theatrical side.
Right, okay.
So what you'd be looking at is they would end up, essentially, they would buy Universal Pictures away from Comcast or an NBC, whoever it is that owns that. I think it's Comcast right now.
Right.
And it would just, anything Netflix and Universal related / Peacock would be owned underneath Netflix now. So,
all right. Well,
I mean, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. All right. So, anything?
By the way, sorry,
I was just
interrupted.
I was just going to ask anything else on Horror Nights.
I was going to throw out the comment that says, "Welcome to Derry House could be amazing."
Nah, seriously. Just like what I was gonna say. I was gonna say this before you got onto the topic of the Netflix stuff. Man, the stuff that happens in Welcome to Derry in a house alone would just sell. Like just like the visualizations. Ridge, did you ever watch it?
No, I have yet to watch it.
Man, like
I've seen some of it.
Listen, I have
good.
yet to watch that and Sinners, all right? And Dune.
I'll keep my mouth shut on the things that happen in Welcome to Derry. That'd be cool in the house, but that is the craziest Pennywise has ever been.
Oh God, scariest for sure too.
The scariest Pennywise has ever been. The gnarliest he's ever been. The most petty. The most like crazy he's ever been. And
Yeah.
the visualizations that they could put in that house would just be off the chain. Like it'd be nuts.
Yeah. Imagine just a trailer of them showcasing doing stuff from that show. Oh my God, man.
That'd be awesome. But we'll continue. And Ridge, if you ever go to watch Dune, you better put a whole day for it because them things are long, buddy.
Yeah, they long.
Well, luckily I have Friday, Saturday, and Sundays off. So
Hey, Dune 3 come out. It comes out same day as Doomsday. We might have to pull a Dunes Day.
A Dunes Day.
No, all right. So let's get to the first topic. Well, by the way, everybody, what's up? My name's Jordan. We got Ridge.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
And we got Caleb.
Me.
Mikey's not here because he's sleeping as always, but we ain't gonna wake him up. We understand it.
Nah.
Don't expect me to say anything else in Spanish. That's all I know.
Well,
that and C.
See. All right. Well, let's see this first topic of the day. Besides
God dang it, Slater!
All right. So
if I could reach through this screen, I would smack you right in the chest for that. All right. God dang it!
Just give him the good old wood chop.
All right. So the first topic of the day is we got the official cast of the Full Cools Gang for the Netflix Scooby-Doo show. We already knew about McKenna Grace being Daphne, but Ridge, I had you pull up the names of the other kids playing Shaggy, Velma, and Fred. So why don't you start with that, brother?
So like you said, McKenna Grace is playing Daphne. Maxwell Jenkins is playing Fred Jones. Abby Ryder Fortson, I think that's how you say it,
I believe so,
is playing Velma. And Tanner Hagen, something like that, is playing Shaggy.
Now, I will say, off first looks, these kids look the part. I'll say that. And that was my first little about it. Like I was worried how they would cast them, but off first looks, it's not a bad start in my opinion. What do you think, Ridge? I know it sounds like you got something.
That's to you, yeah. That's a good look, but I don't know. I'm sitting here scratching my head at one because it's itchy from weed eating outside, and for two, I'm all right with Velma and Daphne. I just don't know about our boys right there. They don't look the parts like I was expecting.
Right. I mean,
maybe I'm just expecting too much.
I mean, I'm sure they'll make the kid that's playing Fred's hair a little bit more blonde.
Well, it needs to be more blonde, a bit longer.
And he's got the time for that, of course.
And the boy that's playing Shaggy don't look like, put it nicely, he don't look like he's hit puberty yet, so he ain't going to be able to grow no scraffles on his chin.
Hey, you never know, man. You never know that boy.
Hey, they have stuff for that. They got stuff for that nowadays,
As long as they don't put that crappy chin piece that they put on that guy from the Cartoon Network movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Don't be surprised if they do.
I think they'll do better than that, honestly.
That or
I think people would
CG
expect them to. No, we've done seen what CG will do. We all remember Superman's face.
No,
that was bad.
but no, Jerome, you're right. It does have a lot of potential, and he said he's not sold on Fred yet. But I mean, this does.
Hold on, Fred nor Shaggy.
This does gives me hope though. Like it does. Like they did pick some kids that kind of look the part. Like you said, Ridge, the ladies more so. The guys are kind of the part that I'm with you. I mean, I'm with you on that. I kind of understand where you're coming from on that.
They're gonna have to cut what's her face's hair.
I mean, yeah, they're probably going to.
They're gonna have to cut that to the quick.
Now,
I mean,
now I can say this just because I'm biased towards him, but why didn't they go after Mason Thames to play Shaggy? I mean, I guess just because he's got a lot of things going on right now, but I mean, him and McKenna Grace, I guess this is kind of what inspired them to cast McKenna Grace too. But they dressed up as Velma and, Daphne and Shaggy either this Halloween or last Halloween. And he looks a lot the part. But, I mean, I guess it'd kind of be weird if, they'd have a real life couple playing opposites and not a couple in the show.
Well, I mean, that's not the weirdest thing ever, right?
Right, no.
I mean, because if you look at, I know this is complete day and night difference, but if you look at what wrestling does storyline wise with some people,
that's true. I mean, no, you're right.
I mean, they have actual married couples not being married coupled sometimes, and end up having a completely wedding scene of these two other people getting married that you don't need.
Right. Kind of like the whole Bobby Lashley and Lana thing that they did.
Yep, exactly like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, one thing I need to know who's going to do the voice of Scooby. That's the one thing I'm also worried about. I kind of hope they kind of get the voice like the guy Scott Dennis. I think that's his name. The guy who did the voice, he's done the voice of Shaggy, not Shaggy. Well, he done Shaggy in animated stuff, I believe. But he's done the voice of Scooby. But he also did the voice of Scrappy in the live action one, if I'm not wrong. But either way, I'm kind of wondering who's going to do the voice of Scooby. That's my main thing now that we know who the kids are.
Now, hear me out, because I have heard his name getting thrown out to be included in this show for the first, I don't know how long.
Okay.
But potentially, or playing as the original owner of Scooby is going to be Paul Walter Hauser.
Ooh. So
maybe he does the voice of Scooby too.
Honestly, I wouldn't be against it. I mean, I feel like he could do it. I mean, it's a new voice for Scooby, but I don't think it'd be a bad one. I mean,
let's just hope that they make Scooby actually look good.
Right, at least make him look somewhat like the live action movies. That's the best looking Scooby we've got, in my opinion, besides the animated one.
Yeah.
Alright, so anything else on the Scooby movie or show, whatever?
Again, it's one of those things that we gotta wait and see.
Yep, that's right.
Once they release, or if they end up releasing behind the scenes footage of it, then we might be able to get a slight better gauge on it. But I mean, even then, we'll have to wait until the teaser trailer comes for it, I think.
Like you said, Jerome, Scooby needs to be Scooby again. You are exact.
Exactly.
All right, on to the next topic. So, over the last couple weeks, I know we wasn't on last week, but we did get news of the person doing the voice of Yoshi in the Mario Galaxy movie, and it is none other than Childish Gambino himself, Donald Glover. I think this is a cool casting. I mean, I didn't know he was a big Nintendo guy beforehand, but apparently he's like a massive Nintendo guy, and the fact that they got him to do the voice of Yoshi is really intriguing, and I'm excited the way that he does the voice of Yoshi. I mean, I'm excited to see. What do y'all think about it?
I heard his voice and I loved it. Honestly, it sounds exactly what I expected it to. Really, to match the, how they've done the style and the voices they chose for the movie already from the first ones. I just feel like it matches really well.
All right. Ridge, what you think on it?
For them to get him casted as Yoshi, are they going to have Yoshi say more than just his name?
I mean, I would
Mm.
possibly.
I feel like getting a name like Donald Glover to play a character in this Super Mario movie, I feel like you need to have him saying more than just Yoshi's name.
Look, at least we know that if Yoshi comes off spitting some bars in some scene, he'd be able to rap pretty good. Or just sing. He'd be able to sing pretty good.
That'll probably watch that be like a end credits thing where they have like Yoshi with a backwards cap and glasses and stuff rapping with a mic.
It'll be whatever. It will be this movie's version of Peaches.
Oh God, yeah. You know what? Honestly, you know I can see that. You know, because we've already had Jack Black do his thing, and they're probably like, "Hey, we need something different, but this time we want it." You know,
I hope they just
from
have
the
Yoshi,
good guy's perspective.
I just hope they have Yoshi saying Redbone. I'd be alright with that. I'd be cool with that.
As long as we get to hear the Yoshi story theme at some point in this movie, I'll be kind of happy with that.
I'm sure.
I'm already elated that it's about Super Mario Galaxy because the first Super Mario Galaxy is my favorite game on the Wii of all time.
Yeah,
it was one of the greatest Mario games they came out with for that console. So,
all right. So,
are we getting Star Fox?
I don't know. Someone said Toad's backpack, or because he's standing there, and I was like, well, I mean that's possible, but Toad's in the shot. He could have left his backpack. But if you look at the photos, I mean, it does look a lot like maybe. I mean, and think about it. We are talking about Galaxy here, so
there's a possibility.
It's a good possibility, and I showed that to my brother, and he was like, "Dude, I swear to God," I was like, "They need to." Said if they could introduce the Star Fox universe into movies, because that would, if you've ever played the games, you know the stories would be really good to watch.
I think that if we end up getting to, or what that could potentially lead to, is to at some point we're going to end up getting like a Super Smash Bros.
Well, that's what my original hope for this franchise was going to be. Is like they was going to come out with multiple, movies that kind of make it like their own cinematic universe, and like at the end of it, have it be Smash Bros.
You know, they gotta. Well, I mean, we're already getting Legend of Zelda, so I mean, there's that already. They're not doing it in a cartoon form, obviously, but I'm certain that. I also think that what would really help make the case for a Smash Brothers movie, which kind of needs to happen if they want to do a Smash Brothers movie, is they'll have to do a Metroid movie.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
They'll have to.
Now, Jerome, you asked if we think we're getting Yoshi's Island in the movie or he'll get a standalone movie. I think if I'm not wrong, I saw a shot of like the multiple colored Yoshis for the movie. Like I saw like a screen.
Didn't we get that in the first movie?
Yeah, we got multiple colored Yoshis in the first movie that you saw like a field and they're hanging out and some are running around.
No, that shot, yes, but I saw like a screenshot or a grab or something like that of like maybe like Mario. I guess it could be like from Mario's perspective of him laying on his back or something like that, but it was like from his point of view, it was like a bunch of different Yoshis looking down at him, and it was like all the different colors of them.
Well, that'd be cool. That's cool. Now, I will say this. Other than the whole Yoshi's thing, I'm really hoping, because I've seen a lot of people ask for this, and I think we'd all back this. But I really think they should do a Luigi's Mansion movie.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was about to say.
They really need to go that route.
That's what I was about to say towards the comment with that question is, personally, I think that we'll just get it in one of these movies. Don't know which one. I think that the standalones that we'll eventually get, or that I'm hoping that we'll get, is the Luigi's Haunted Mansion one, and then also a Donkey Kong.
Here's another thing.
Well, they already had the Donkey Kong one in the air, after the first movie.
Here's another thing. I think the third Mario movie, right? Hear me out. If you watch the last trailer, you see some kind of metallic sludge, right? Or something like that. What if the third Super Mario movie is going to be Super Mario Sunshine?
I really hope so too, because you know I love that game. That's one of my. That's literally I've had that game on GameCube for so long. It's not even funny.
Right. I just
I
like
love that game.
I just remember watching that last trailer and seeing that metallic sludge stuff or whatever, and I just automatically was like, Metal Mario.
Well, I mean, we are getting Bowser Jr., so I mean that opens the door for.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows? Who knows? Has anybody got anything else to say on this topic? All right, we'll be on to the next one. All right, so next up, we did get announced this last week or so that we are getting a standalone Stewie show. Don't really know. I mean, the only thing we really know is Stewie and his adventures. But what do you guys think? I know we kind of talked about it before we got on, but Ridge, I'll let you start with that.
Yeah, so I mean it. Sorry, I'm sitting here trying to even think about it now. Like I was saying earlier to y'all before we started, I think that if we are going to get this Stewie standalone show, that it should be include Brian, and it should be like a road trip style show between the two of them going on different adventures and side quests, while like have it like occasionally like break away, like start off with the whole family, and then all of a sudden those two just break off. Like you would see episodes from Family Guy where it was specifically based around Stewie and Brian going off to do things.
Yeah. It could be like one of those. It could start off like one of those episodes, but say like it could end up being like, well, we really can't get back as quick as we normally do, type thing.
Right. I mean, I want to say there was one season where they had Stewie and Brian both enter onto the time machine thing, and it ended up taking the place over like 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I could see that being the way that would go, is just that they end up doing these different time jumps, maybe. So, and saying that, it gives me the odd feeling of a more adult-themed Peabody and Sherman, Mr.
Oh,
Peabody and Sherman show.
Yeah, true, true. Yeah.
But instead of it just being one of them is freaking smart, they're both kind of smart and trying to get around these different places.
And who knows, it could be something like, there's been episodes where they've gone back and things have changed and they have to gone back, but what if something happens where they go back and it completely changes things and they have to spend the season trying to bring everything back to normal type stuff?
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Caleb, what do you think?
I think it's going to be pretty fun, regardless of how they go about it. Just to get it. As I was saying, before we started the podcast, I was saying I feel like I would have liked to have seen Seth maybe work more on the Orville and do more of that. But I think that I kind of agree with Ridge and you guys about how it'll probably just start with more than likely to start with the family having some kind of discussion, and then Stewie Brian break off somehow, and that's what leads into the show after like the intro or whatever. And so, I mean, I think it'll be cool. I'm down to watch it. It's his shows are always funny. You got American Dad, and stuff like that. So you can't, he hasn't really had very many bad shows.
Right, right.
My only thing is that just based off of the idea of Stewie and Brian, maybe. I don't see this being something that gets drug out as long as Family Guy.
Oh, no, for sure not.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. I don't think so either.
I mean, if it does, shame on us for thinking otherwise, but...
Yeah.
But I don't see it being that long of a thing either. Honestly, it could probably not last as long as the Cleveland show, but who knows?
Yeah, who
I
knows?
see it possibly lasting about as long as the Cleveland show. Maybe. Just because it's Seth MacFarlane that's over this thing, and he knows how to make shows based around these characters and be able to keep on dragging out stories.
He's the one that made them, so.
Jerome said that he doesn't think the show is needed, not like the Ted show was, but it'd be funny. Well, he believes it'll be funny.
That's true. It's not needed. It's just something that Fox wanted. So,
yeah,
if Fox throws enough money at you to do something, you're going to do it either way.
That's for sure.
And that's what's happened here is Fox said, here's all this money. Go make us a spin-off show of Stewie. There, they said, here's all this money. What can you make us? That's another animated show based around one of these characters.
Yeah.
And Seth already had some ideas that he hadn't got to explore yet with Stewie.
As long as it's Seth MacFarlane, I think it'll do at least a decent job.
Yeah. As long as he's got a hand in it.
All right.
Well, as long as he's doing the voice of it.
Right, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. As long as he's a part of it in any aspect, it'll always be good.
All right, so anything else on the Stewie show?
Nah.
I think we're good.
All right, on to the next topic. So, Ridge sent me this picture before we started the podcast, and he said that this is an official picture from Vin Diesel's Instagram page, and it looks like a new look of what Groot will possibly look like in Doomsday.
Or Secret Wars. We don't know when we're going to get them.
Wars. Yeah, or Secret Wars. Now, in the picture, you got a good point on that, Rich, because in the picture, this ain't the full picture, but down at the bottom you see Iron Man as well. So, I mean, it could be a Secret Wars thing. It could be like a different universe's Groot, or just the Groot that we saw in the last Guardians of the Galaxy, just even more grown up. Because that was a pretty big-looking Groot. But it does kind of look like they're trying to go more the route of what he looks like in Marvel Rivals. I don't know if y'all seen what he looks like in that, but he's got more things hanging off of him in Marvel Rivals. Either way, he looks sick. Like, it kind of gives me Swamp Thing vibes, in a way. I mean, it is Groot. He looks like Groot,
yeah.
But like the size and the way he looks just kind of gives me Swamp Thing vibes. What y'all think on it, Ridge?
To me, his size, and like you can't really tell in this how we have this photo. So do yourself a favor whenever you have time and go look at the photo on Vin Diesel's Instagram, unless he's already taken it down, which he very well could by now. Don't know. This Groot is massive.
Yeah.
Like, Iron Man looks like a speck down below him. I didn't even originally, until I zoomed in to try to get more details on him, I didn't see Iron Man down there at all because of how massive this Groot is. Like, he's hanging out up above these clouds. Like, to me, the idea that comes to my mind right off the rip is he looks like one of the bosses from a God of War games. Just an absolute giant staring you down. And I think it's just incredible how they keep on letting, or in different movies, we get different versions of Groot. We get different evolutions of Groot.
Yeah. I mean, like, we during the Infinity War and Endgame movie, he was the teenage, and when we saw him in Guardians 3, he was bigger and broodier. So, I mean, it would make sense that he would grow even bigger, at least more taller.
Oh, he's more taller, that's for sure.
For real.
He's taller and then some.
Absolutely. Caleb, what do you think of it?
I think he is massive. Like, it's crazy, like what the picture showed. But other than that, I don't really have any other thoughts on that. I think I'm just ready for Doomsday. I think we're all just ready for it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
My thought too right now is I'm curious as to what if this Groot is as massive as I picture him, And as the picture shows, what would he look like standing beside of Galactus?
Now that picture you saw, I think it's just blown up on Groot's face. I don't think he's really that big. Like as
Well,
big as
why
he's
else
shown.
would you show? Why else would you show an Iron Man down below him like that?
I don't know.
I mean, if it was just a zoomed in, blown up photo of his face, and you have like it wouldn't make sense to just show Iron Man down there.
But it also to say this, it does make sense on if Groot could get that big, just because I mean Groot can pretty much grow to how tall he wants to, pretty much. So
Sure, he's a tree person, basically.
What would we consider this form of Groot?
Redwood Groot, I don't know.
I mean, well, if I'm not mistaken, there's King Groot, and King Groot's the one borderline of what we seen in Guardians 3, if I'm not mistaken, where he was a bit larger and bulkier and had the, if I'm not mistaken, had the facial hair. I could be completely wrong. And if he gets like twice or 10 times that size, would that be considered God Groot?
I mean, maybe. I mean, honestly,
I don't know.
maybe this could just be a multiversal Groot that we'll get. That's just say it's like the Groot that we saw in the first Guardians never got destroyed. He never sacrificed himself for the Guardians in that movie, and he never got put to that little stick. So I mean,
It's either that or it's any time that, like, think of it like your hair. Anytime you cut your hair, it comes back longer and fuller.
I mean, and that would make sense on why Groot looks so buff in the third one.
Yep. And now we look at him later on down the road, and maybe, just hypothetical speaking, it's funny to think about. Maybe Groot has trimmed himself up a little bit because he knows that the more times he trims at himself, the bigger he gets.
Yeah.
And maybe like there's going to be another threat in Secret Wars that the Avengers and everyone's going to have to fight against that's going to be just as massive.
Yeah, true.
AKA Galactus.
And honestly, it could also make sense, all the battles that they have had to face as the new Guardians. Maybe he's took damage, and over time, that's like his body growing more on top of himself from those damages and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at his chest, it looks like the vines have grown over his chest and the shoulders and stuff like that. So maybe that's like its own body been patched on top of it, and he's just grown more on top of it.
That and like underneath his eyes look like slightly scarred, but like the roots have regrown and reshaped around the scars.
Right, exactly. Either way, he looks awesome. That's he looks awesome. And if this is what he looks like in his next appearance, I'm awesome. I'm all down for it. All right. All right. So y'all ready to get to the big part of the podcast today? All right. So fellas, over this last week, we got the official teaser trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. First of all, absolutely peak trailer. It broke the all-time record for the fastest viewed movie trailer of all time. It's got almost 1 billion views at this point, I think. I mean, it's close to being that much. But either way, the movie looks phenomenal. I got a few shots in this trailer. A few shots from this trailer to run through and kind of point out. Now, let's see. So, first of all, let's talk about those shots of the comic book accurate pictures. Because at least one of them I got a theory behind. But, so this first one that I got on the screen now, y'all ain't see it yet, it's popping up now. The Amazing Fantasy 14 shot, man. picture for picture, spot on shot of the Amazing Fantasy 14. Like, first of all, when I saw that part, I was like, I about hit the ground. That looks awesome. Like, absolute perfection. I mean, from the way the guy's laying over, the way Spider-Man's posed, it just looks beautiful. What do y'all think about that Amazing Fantasy shot before I get on to the other ones?
I love in general that they have, even if it is just like we're getting in these different montages, that we're going to get these shots. It's incredible that we're getting all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this one movie, it makes Spider-Man feel more so like the comic book version of himself.
Exactly. And like, I will bring up, I almost forgot to bring this up. So in this shot, right, we know it's a montage, and one thing we do know is apparently that Yelena Belova is apparently supposed to show up in the movie too, because apparently Florence Pugh is supposed to at least make a cameo in it, right? And somebody kind of pointed this spot out. What if this part of the movie, the Amazing Fantasy shot, is him trying to save people from getting put into the void? And that could be why we see Yelena Belova.
Maybe.
I mean, that'd be cool. I mean,
Good point.
Even if it's just a quick little, hey, I was there doing this type of thing, that'd still be awesome. That'd be awesome, man.
Just in the background, you see him trying to swing down to her before she walks into the void.
Right.
Spoiler for anyone that hasn't seen the movie, but it's been out long enough. You should have seen it by now, so
At least
that you know this channel, we get into spoilery stuff.
Yep.
So maybe like we see him like trying to get over there, but like he doesn't make it in time, and he stops himself at like one of the buildings off in the distance.
Like maybe he goes to save her, then he notices like the entire Thunderbolts get swallowed by the void, and he's just like, "Oh God!" And that's when he's like trying to start helping other people, or he's already helping other people, but going back to help more people.
Unless he gets swallowed up himself.
And that could be a thing too. He could get put in it himself too. That could be a thing. You know, who knows? You know, there's a lot of possibilities with that, because
Have to relive the deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Like we finally see Uncle Ben from this universe. He has to relive that. He has to relive Aunt May's death. Who knows? Maybe we can somehow twist it back far enough, which I highly doubt, but far back enough where we see him see his parents.
Oh, man.
That'd be wild.
That would be
wild. I mean, just to give it that much more of a reason for him to be so depressed and so fogged in his mind on fighting with just being Spider-Man.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Caleb, what do you think about this Amazing Fantasy shot, man?
Oh, I was just gonna say I completely agree with y'all. I think it's awesome that we're getting everything that looks so much like the comics, and it's just really, really cool, you know.
And like, you know,
I'm excited.
Like bringing up the other shots of the trailer that was from the comics, we got this shot of Boomerang throwing his boomerangs at Spider-Man as he's swinging above him. Another shot for shot cover of that exact comic book. I can't remember the exact comic book, but that's the exact shot that they used for that cover. I mean, literally Boomerang looking up at him and everything. It's like picture for picture. Then also this picture with Tarantula, and like exact poses, exact shot, the foot cutting the steel, the cop shooting the gun up at him. Picture for picture, man. Like, it's absolute perfection, man. Like, this is, you know, Spider-Man's been awesome from the beginning, no matter what, but this has been, just that trailer feels like the most Spider-Man movie we've had in a while. No Way Home was like straight Spider-Man and nostalgic, you know, but this feels like you said, Rich, comic book Spider-Man.
This is the grounded Spider-Man that we've been wanting to see.
Yep.
And not even mention the opening shot of the trailer when he does that backdrop off the building, and we get to see that inside shot of his mask as he's falling. But just as he's falling, you can see his suit like rippling, like as he's falling, like moving with the wind. Oh my gosh, that was just like this. We haven't seen Spider-Man with that kind of suit since Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like we haven't.
Well, we haven't seen him have a homemade suit until the end of No Way Home.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's been 10 years this year since Tom Holland has become Spider-Man. And every single suit we've seen him in has been some kind of Stark Tech suit or that homemade suit he had at the beginning. But the fact that we're getting like a legit homemade Spider-Man full suit that is interacting with the way he's falling and moving around with him, the way he's swinging, like that's just like it makes the Spider-Man fan in me just
the way the webbing on his suit is risen up.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way the eyes aren't animated and don't have any motion to them anymore.
And the shot of his, like, you can see him inside of the mask, like looking through the eyes. And
the way
you can tell it's a real mask,
The way the Spider-Man the spider logos on the front and back aren't the little tiny things no more, and they actually look like the Spider-Man suits, that we know and love.
And the comic, I saw the comic book story that they were like kind of basing this suit on. I can't remember which one it was. It's kind of almost the same as Brand New Day, but it's not called Brand New Day. But it looks almost spot on to that Spider-Man suit too, and it's just Spider-Man, man. That's Spider-Man's always awesome to see, but this just it gives me that feeling of now we're actually.
Can I talk about one of my favorite scenes at the beginning of the trailer?
Go ahead.
I don't know if it's towards the beginning. We'll say it's towards the beginning. But whenever we see him take off running from the rooftop and hit that air duct,
yes,
and you see his full, that amount of power that he just had from launching himself one-handed.
Yes, he just grabs it thinking,
oh, come on. You can't tell me that didn't, from the video game side. Because, in the video games, you can hit, certain parts of buildings and launch yourself faster.
Exactly. It did give me that. And honestly...
And then he's able to do it just one-handed. It makes it feel so good.
And honestly, with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, we've not really got to see him being, with the swinging cinematic shots and stuff like that. We haven't really seen that yet. And the fact that we've seen just a smidgen of this in the trailer, and it's very reminiscent of the way the Amazing Spider-Man 2 swing is seen.
The fact that we haven't got to see him swing in full yet has me super excited for what we're actually going to see. With whatever they created for his swinging.
Oh my gosh.
It's about to be freaking fantastic how he swings. I mean, go back to that last photo real quick, Slater, if you don't care.
Yeah.
The last photo where we have Boomerang throwing his boomerang.
I clicked back to it.
And that web is just all over the place and not just one straight line. It's so incredible seeing that type of shot, because that type of shot right there, that shot feels like the same type of swinging action that you would have had in the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes. And we haven't brought it up yet, which I'm going to bring up now. In the trailer, we see that he is eventually getting organic webbing. He's getting the organic webbing, And like just the shot from when he's in the prison, and the person from the hand is jumping at him. He shoots the web on
man,
the way that web spreads out, and how when he pulls it apart, it breaks in pieces from each individual.
it just shatters.
From
Man,
from each individual strand of web, like it just pulls it in pieces, like.
Oh, son,
Bro,
you want to talk about a gnarly shot? That was a gnarly shot to see right there. Was wherever you just see his eyes automatically change. Mm-hmm. Grabs that sword with his webs and just shatters that thing. Oh, yeah.
No.
That does something to a Spider-Man fan.
Now, speaking
Let
of...
me...
go ahead, Rich. Go ahead.
Let me back up something real quick. I'm so sorry. Because, like, we are jumping all over the place in this trailer, and the trailer just has me excited. The shot of whenever... After Frank runs him over... Mm-hmm. And then shoots him onto the military vehicle. Whenever he launches himself and goes full... karate mode, leading with his foot on that side kick to kick him out from his van.
Yeah.
You could tell who had worked on that film right there.
For sure. With this, the director being the Shang-Chi director, yeah.
And the team behind any of, like, the movements that we see, all the fighting scenes,
yeah,
is the same ones that work with Jackie Chan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah.
So we're getting a more acrobatic, more martial arts styled Spider-Man doing absolutely insane things in a practical environment, by the way.
Well, even in this picture, you can see his suit rippling. And, like, on the arms and near his neck and stuff. And the boots. That's just... and like no hate to the other movie suits. They were good and they were decent, but this suit right here, man, is like
it just wasn't the original grounded Spider-Man that we grew up with.
Right. And this suit is honestly, it's hard to argue that this suit isn't one of the best, if not the best looking suit I've ever seen. Just from what we've seen of it so far. And now, I'm gonna wait to officially give that check, for when the movie comes out. But just so far, that suit looks just perfection to me. I mean, the eyes, the spider, like you said, Rich, everything about it, man, it's just wow. And especially, I was kind of iffy on these web shooters, right? But the fact that he's getting the organic webbing, like, this is pretty much like we don't need him no more. Like, they're not going to see him the whole movie, so it's like, it's fine if I'm iffy on it. Now, bringing up the stuff that we didn't bring up before about this trailer, right? With him getting organic webbing, we got to talk about his evolution. Like, the way he's going to have to go through this evolve. They kind of brought it up throughout the trailer, the three levels of life for a spider or something like that.
Metamorph.
The thing is, he's going to have to, like you said when we talked about the plot leaks, it looks like we're getting Man Spider.
Uh-huh.
And even in that shot where you talked about his eyes changing, right? I saw a picture that someone took a screenshot, and this is going to be two different things. The first one I saw, they said if you look at the eyes close enough, it looks like you can see Zendaya's face in them. But then also somebody said that it kind of looks like Venom's face. Like the symbiote's face.
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that photo, and it kind of does look like Venom's face.
So, to me, it looks like a face, maybe, but I don't see it being Venom.
Right, no.
Because
no.
I don't think that they're going to introduce Venom until the very end of the movie.
Right.
It's going to be one of those post-credit scene things.
Here's the thing. We know that he has to have the symbiote suit for Secret Wars, right? So it's like it's got to show up at some point, whether it's an after credit scene or what. But somebody pointed out to me, if you go through the trailer again and kind of put together the things that happened to him throughout the trailer that happened to Tom Hardy in the first Venom, like when he passes out at the beginning of the trailer. When Tom Hardy first got that venom, got the symbiote attached to him, he was like profusely sweating, looks like he was all sickly and everything, and passes out.
Yep, same thing with Peter too. Tom Holland's Peter.
Peter looked sickly, was sweating profusely, and passed out.
And I mean, and if you look, I don't know if you've seen this picture, Jordan, but there was a still shot from part of the trailer where you can see an X-ray scan of Peter's body.
And it looks like all that black.
Yeah, it looks like the exact same black all up on the inside that Eddie had.
And it was saying like all his powers and stuff like that were like 10 times boosted.
Yeah, like did you not notice he was grabbing his head and was like because the sound was bothering him so much?
Yeah, the sound was bothering, and it kind of pieced together where Eddie in the first Venom movie, where the sound was so sensitive to him, it was messing with him.
Yeah. Now, and I mean, as a spider too, having the spider gene, you got to imagine his senses were already amplified. You can only imagine how much more amplified it was through Venom.
Right.
Listen, I'm going to throw this out to be a Debbie Downer, okay?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead. This is what
somebody's got to be the Debbie in our group, and it's going to be me. All right. To me, the way I see it is that the reason why he's passes out and is sick and looks, like crap.
Well, it's because he's in metamorphosis.
Right, is because he's changing into more so of a spider than a human.
Right.
I imagine that transformation ain't a walk in the park.
Oh, yeah, no.
And is going to drain you mentally, physically, and all that kind of fun jazz. And whenever he gets scanned too, I imagine that it's because the reason why his powers are getting so OP'd is because, again, he's changing into a man spider. He has more so of the spider qualities than he does the human qualities, so his insides even are turning into the insides of a spider.
Yeah. Now,
also, his senses are going to be heightened because of him going through his changes. And again, this is going to be a stupid comparison, but these are just things that I have to draw from. Okay, whenever a girl starts her monthlies, what happens?
Hormones, yeah.
She becomes more sensitive. Things kick in a lot more sensitive with them, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's the same way with him transforming into spider. Things get more sensitive. His body starts acting funky. He passes out from his sickness. He has over-heightened spider senses now because he has the senses more so of a spider than he does of Spider-Man, which is 10-folds the amount that it normally is.
Now, a few more things I want to point out from this trailer, right? First of all, when we see that first-person shot of him coming out of the cocoon, right? Some people have used that, like, still shot it and noticed that his left hand is, like, completely black. His right hand is fine, but his left hand is completely black. And people have tried to say that could be the symbiote. But there's a part of me that feels like, especially, I told y'all there's that picture where it looks like the fully evolved man spider, right? It kind of gave me that same color look of what his hand looked like in that shot. So it could be that he's in, mid, like, right there towards the end of becoming fully man spider. But here, another thing pointed out, they did say that he's wearing black a lot in the trailer. But the last thing is, either way, either way,
Well,
the fact
yeah.
that
Yeah.
the fact that they're going with a storyline that we never really even thought that we would see on the big screen, and like imagine whenever they get this under control, right? And when he gets through the Man Spider thing and he comes back to just being Spider-Man, dude, think about how much stronger he'll be. Like,
Yeah.
and like we always compared him like in his strengths to Toby and Andrew, but imagine how much stronger he'll be than them after that.
Oh yeah. Imagine how much more dangerous he'll become once he does fuse with Venom.
Bro, it'd be like times 20, bro. Like,
Well, what I was gonna say is I've heard this and I do like this theory. It does make sense. But what if? Because if you remember, the last thing you see of Venom is, when Eddie gets sucked back to his,
at least in No Way Home, not the last.
yeah. So you see that little splatter of Venom left behind in that universe, right?
Yeah.
And some are saying that little bit eventually finds his way to Peter, and that's what triggers this mutation to start.
I mean, it could.
And I said, that actually tracks because it's not even fully Venom. That's just a piece of him, and that eventually it would make sense for him to want to trigger mutation, make his host as strong as he possibly could, so that he could regenerate his being into that universe.
Now, I'm gonna continue that theory, but I'm gonna show this last picture real quick. One shot we got in this trailer, we got to see the shot of Michael Mando's Scorpion, and it is from that one that we first saw, Ridge. The tail did look a little better in the trailer, so I'm not gonna hate on it as much as I did then. But I mean, somebody has said that what if Scorpion's venom is what triggers Peter's mutation? And honestly, that makes a lot of sense.
Like his body, like it's never had, it's like Scorpion stinging a spider, and then the spider its body like adapting and evolving to be stronger against it. Yeah, I mean, I could see that too.
But what if the poison that Scorpion stings him with, like triggers his body's fight or flight reaction, and it just evolves him instead of killing him?
Yeah.
Hear me out. Wild idea. What if somehow in his suit, his quote unquote poison, he only has it the one time?
Right.
It's because, and I'm trying to connect the dots to different little things that we've seen. But what if the quote unquote poison in his tail that he only has one shot of is the symbiote?
I mean that could make sense.
Because if we go back, I about said years ago, but it ain't been years. Months ago, there was a photo, if I'm not mistaken, of Scorpion with the symbiote around him.
I mean, that's in the comic books too. So
right. So
also,
what if?
Oh, go ahead.
So what if the reason why we're getting that is to give a little subtle thing of no, he's not going to necessarily become a Scorpion Venom, but instead he's going to have the symbiote on him because that's the poison in his tail. Because all they think it is, where they originally get a hold of it, is it's just a very poisonous toxin,
right,
that can kill Spider-Man, but instead it's not actually anything that can kill Spider-Man at all. Instead, it's something called Venom.
Yeah. That's very true. Now, other thing that we haven't discussed in this trailer, and it's probably the last big part of it that we will discuss, we see a clip of somebody shackled to a chair. Now, and there's like a room that they're being kept in, and you see, I can't remember his name, but you see the guy talking about having a huge threat, and there's something that's coming against all of us, and stuff like that. And that, to me, that just sounds like the way they treat mutants in the X-Men, and like how they view mutants in the X-Men. And I mean, the person that was shackled to the chair, the hands look like a girl's, and we know that Sadie Sink is going to show up in this movie. And we've got, even in the plot leak, you did say that she would be Jean Grey, right?
Huh?
Now, also, there is a comic book. I don't know the name of it, but there is a comic book, and where Jean Grey is wearing that hoodie that we saw like the set photos of that she's wearing, and it's like that's almost the same exact colors and everything. So that could have been our first shot of Sadie Sink, and there's a part where, Peter runs into that building where that truck is laying on its side sideways, and he pops the top off of it, and you see something that we can't see travel from a woman to a security guard up to a guy up wearing a suit. And honestly, that could be Jean's telekinesis jumping from person to person.
I originally thought that my original reaction whenever I seen that is that could have possibly been Venom.
Well, that's what I thought too. And
because like in the original or in the first movie that we get of Venom, we see him transfer himself from one person to another, and to a dog, and then to another person.
Yeah, and it honestly, if it's the same, it's the same symbiote that took over that specific, it's the same Venom from that movie. It would be, at least the same symbiote. So I mean, it would make sense, and at least the way the guy that's up at the top reacts whenever it gets out, like whenever it goes into him, you can see like the way he like reacts to it. I mean, it would make sense.
Right, but it also makes more sense though that it's Jean Grey messing with people's heads, because if you see, like whenever it cuts back to that old lady, she's sitting there holding her head.
Right. And there's that.
So it's obviously something that was messing with her mind more so than just her body.
There's a shot of the trailer where you see somebody wearing a hoodie and they're standing in front of all the computers with their arms out, and it's kind of like their heads tilted. A lot of people said that's Jean because of what she's wearing in that set photo. But if you look throughout the trailer, Peter's wearing that exact jacket with a hoodie, a gray hoodie.
I don't think that is Peter. The only reason why I say that is because this character is also wearing gloves.
Right. Now,
and Peter doesn't have a reason to wear gloves.
Now, there is something to say. The guy that I was bringing up, I can't remember his name, and it's slipping away from me. But it's the black guy that you see talking to him, right?
Yep.
They did say that in the comic books that guy eventually becomes the Jackal. And they did say that some people believe that the Jackal could end up being like the secret main villain of the movie.
See Mr. Negative being the secret villain before I see that. Because if you're going to have somebody like Jean Grey that can mess with people's minds, and you're also trying to have, the Hulk and Punisher and all this, that, and the other, and a lot of different mind games, technically speaking, because even with Peter himself, he's going through his own mind games with this changing into Man Spider.
Right.
So maybe have somebody else that's, also able to use mind games in Mr. Negative.
Honestly, and that honestly would make sense on when we're bringing up where the thing or whatever is transferring minds. Mr. Negative can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, if it turns out to be Mr. Negative, I'll freak out.
Also, hear me out. What if the hand is like, this is the first stage of Mr. Negative's
the demons
group? Yeah.
Ooh, that would be good. And honestly, that would make sense for when Peter's eyes go black. That could be a thing too. There's a lot. There's a lot that we could say coming from this movie, man. And I'm just so pumped for this movie. Like, I know that Doomsday is coming out, but I'm low key like starting to itch more for Spider-Man than I am for Doomsday. Probably just because.
Oh, I mean, it's because it's coming out first, and
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we've got a full trailer for Spider-Man right now.
And like,
And
I'm just excited to see what what happens in the movie itself. I'm ready to see more trailers from it. And the fact that we only
it doesn't feel like it's going to be that long before we. It could be by next month, some point, that we get another full trailer, because that was just the teaser trailer.
and we got a lot.
I think we're 4 months out from actually getting this movie.
I will say, if we don't see the symbiote in the movie itself, it'll be one of the after credit scenes.
Yeah.
And I do think if it is an after credit scene, it's either that he steps on it by accident and gets stuck to his shoe. But honestly, I would really love if they kind of recreated the shot of like how when Toby got it, like whenever he's like laying in bed and it just crawls up on him type of thing. Like, even if they did that in the movie and they kind of recreated the what's this, and it shows them on the building, that would just be fire, bro.
I think people would appreciate it. That'd just be fan service, though.
Yeah.
Now, I did see a poster made by, I cannot think of the dude that makes a bunch of posters.
Boss Logic.
Yeah. He made a art photo poster of where it's only you see it's Spider-Man's feet where he's hanging upside down, and there's a piece of chewing gum stuck to his foot.
Yeah. Then
Yep.
And
it's got the card.
So maybe it's just a little tease, and I'm reaching here very much so, of where he's walking around, steps on something black.
Right,
And he thinks it's just chewing gum because he stepped on it millions of times before.
Yeah.
But it's the symbiote.
And you're bringing up that picture with that card, and I'm gonna have to say this, with Born Again coming out here in 2 days, right? I have a feeling that we're possibly going to get something of Spider-Man in this new season of Born Again. 1, the Hand. 2, Punisher. And 3, why wouldn't we, when the show's literally going to end around the time Spider-Man comes out? Then there was an interview where somebody asked if Charlie Cox was going to be in it, and he kind of said, "No, I don't think I'll be in it." Then he's like, "I could be, but I don't know. I don't think I will be, but I could be." Like, that's literally what he was saying. Like, we have to have Daredevil show up, right? I mean, at least if he's in New York at the time, and the time with Fisk and like I said, the Hand. I mean, if the Hand's in it,
Well, I mean, you've got Punisher in it too, and what were they just dealing with?
Right. And with Kingpin's the mayor of New York at this point, so it's like.
So it just tracks. Plus, I mean, the last time we saw him was when Peter needed a lawyer.
Right. A very good
lawyer.
So
it would only make sense, to see him there. So
and he's kind of like Mr. Murdoch, and he was like, "How do you know my name?" And he's like, "Sorry, I don't know." But
I just thought it was funny. He caught the rock coming through the window, and he's like,
"I'm a really good lawyer."
Holy crap!
Yeah, full-on brick. What are you talking about, rock? It was a full-on center block red brick.
And he's looking at him. He's like, "How'd you do that?" And he's, "I'm a really good lawyer." And I'm excited for this new season of Daredevil 2. Finally get to see that black suit. That's nuts. But man, I'm just excited for this movie. I'm glad that we only got to wait less than 4 months now, and it's just gonna be peak. It's gonna be one of those peak cinema movies. We're all gonna go.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna go watch it all together. It's gonna be moments where we're all probably gonna look at each other like, "What?"
Well, it was like when we went and watched, the last one they did, we were geeking out over that entire movie. It was just, and that was probably one of the best Spider-Man movies they've made since. You know,
But honestly, I have to say this movie has the possibility to be the best Spider-Man movie we've ever seen. It's got the chance. It's got the chance. And honestly, it's got a really big chance.
I want to throw out a random theory.
All right.
I think that in this movie, we start to see Ned get annoyed with Spider-Man.
And it would make sense because
and get jealous of him.
It would make sense, right? Because if you look back at the end of the trailer when they're doing like the whole flowers and like, oh, a really friendly neighbor, he's still in MJ and Ned's apartment. And in the background, somebody's got pictures of Spider-Man all over their wall.
Yeah.
And it could be Ned's room, and that's where they see it. And why would Ned have all these pictures of Spider-Man, you know?
I don't think it's Ned that we see that has all those photos. I think that it's MJ that has all the photos.
I mean, it could.
Because she has a secret crush.
And that could be the reason
secret crush.
And that could be the reason why Ned starts to not like Spider-Man. That would
on Spider-Man. Because if I'm not mistaken, that's what she had in the very first movie. Right. She had a crush on Spider-Man first.
Yeah, she did.
So maybe she still does, because if you notice, like whenever they're watching Spider-Man receive the key,
she's like leaned up watching.
MJ's the one that's really watching this,
and Ned's kind of like behind looking at her and then the screen.
Meanwhile, Ned's just kind of like, do we have to again? Like he's like as if this is an ongoing thing, and he's just annoyed by it slightly.
That's true.
And I think like just from where he's, because like even whenever we see him enter into the shop beforehand, there's just, I wouldn't say aura to him. Obviously he has aura. When does our guy not have aura to him? But there's just a certain way that he acts that just gives off the vibe of, I'm tired of always having to hear something about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the start of his turn against Spider-Man.
That's very true. That's very true.
And maybe at like the party we end up hearing
his
Ned tell Peter that, man, I really don't like this guy. Like he really gets on my nerves. Always having to hear about Spider-Man. Like you have no idea how much I hear about Spider-Man with being her roommate.
And the last thing I have to say about it is where did I miss the part that they cast the guy that played Ezra Bridger in Ahsoka to play MJ's new love interest?
You missed that whenever it was getting talked about.
I guess I just overlooked that fact.
I had heard about it. I just didn't think a single thing about it because, like, I think we slightly brought it up. I didn't bring up the name of the guy. We just brought up
that he played Ezra.
That this could be potentially our new Harry.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which, I kind of should see.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm still wanting whether...
I mean, I think Joe Keery would be a cool Harry Osborn. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, just from my side of the table, and just from being an MCU fan, I wouldn't mind seeing them bring in Timothée Chalamet.
No, I'm with you.
To be Harry Osborn.
I'm with you on that.
I mean, we need to get these two guys into a movie together.
People's been wanting him to be Harry Osborn for years.
So why not put him in to a movie with Tom Holland in Spider-Man?
I'd be down for it.
because they clearly missed the mark of getting him in Dune, getting Tom into Dune,
Right.
and they missed the mark of getting Timothy into Odyssey.
Right.
So why not put him in Spider-Man at some point to play Harry?
Yeah.
I mean, we got what, 3 other movies after this?
Yeah, this is the first movie of a new Spider-Man trilogy, so.
By the way, it is absolutely incredible to me that this is our first Spider-Man that's getting to their 4th movie.
Absolutely. And honestly, if any of them deserve it, it's him. And not saying that.
Well, I think Andrew deserved his.
His
third.
Andrew
His
deserved
third. You know.
for sure. But
I think y'all think that I still am in the group that thinks that Toby should have got his 4th.
oh no.
Oh yeah,
I
Toby
agree
should have
with
got
that
his
too.
4th,
I
in my
agree with
opinion
that
too. I just think that Andrew should have got his 3rd because people, it's sad because if you remember that where he was doing the talk, and everyone was talking about how they wanted that movie, and he was like, "Where the hell were all you people like then when that happened? Like, I needed that
Yeah.
to get through." And he really did. He needed the fan support, and he didn't have much of the fan support then.
Yeah. Well, has anybody got anything else to say on the Spider-Man?
I'm just ready for it to come out.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Ready for that, and Doomsday, and
All the
Secret
movies come out
Wars,
this
and
year.
whatever they've got a whole crazy knockout lineup.
Well, guys, if that's it, that's the last thing we have to talk about today. Like we always say, like, subscribe, grab somebody's phone. If they don't like it and unsubscribe, just grab their phone and subscribe again. Tell them it doesn't hurt to, support.
Hit the bell at your discretion.
It's free 99.
Free 99.
Free
It doesn't
99.
do a single thing
other than support our cause.
Yep.
and help us reach our next goal of 150.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, that's all for today's episode. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. And we'll talk to you guys later.